Here's an open letter to myself and to you, dear watcher, and to Stefan from XF Please treat giving up as a science. Use first principles reasoning to distinguish between signal and noise. And take this seriously because your life depends on it. Knowing when to give up and to cut your losses and when to keep pushing is crucial. It's the difference between a lost decade and exponential growth. It's the difference between regret and luck. You announced that you're giving up.
I guess this is it for the channel XF Steph. You know, it didn't work out. I guess I have to cut my losses. I do regret not trying hard enough. I did not try hard enough. Right.
Giving up is a science. It's not intrinsically good or bad. We all have this very strong bias called sunken cost fallacy. We look at the effort we've invested in something and tend to lose objectivity. We get emotionally attached to things directly proportional to how much they cost us. And I'm not referring only to time and effort here. We tend to value objects we buy based on their price. Here's a key insight though. The things we purchase age differently. Some age like milk and degrade with time, those are liabilities, and some age like wine and increase their value with time. Those are assets. I'm going to point to my CV as an example. I spent 17 years as a professional software engineer and more than 30,000 hours on 14 personal and open source projects. This time investment, this cost, has convinced my subconscious to say weird things like, I'm a software engineer. I tied my identity to the price I paid, and that made me really subjective about this path. But if I'm to force myself to be objective here for a second, this skill I have nurtured for close to 2 decades is a liability. It is. It will age like milk, regardless of AI. And here's why. Programming languages change rapidly. Software systems change. Knowledge that I have acquired in decades slowly becomes irrelevant. And entropy makes sure that I eventually forget things I used to master. Compare software engineering to medicine. The human body does not change. Knowledge about our anatomy remains as valuable today as it was 1000 years ago. It never deprecates. It is never replaced by a shiny new thing each month. Ageism is rampant in software engineering, and seniorship is often seen as a liability. At the other end of the spectrum, seniorship in the medical field is always seen as an asset. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Imagine 2 parallel universes. In universe A, you decide to follow your sunken cost bias and double down on engineering. You begin to hear the phrase too old more often. With advances in AI, you also begin to hear the phrase prompt engineering often enough that you develop a Pavlovian gag reflex. In universe B, you decide to build something that can only age like wine. You decide to build an asset in the form of your reputation. Because nobody can take that away from you unless you're Will Smith at the Academy Awards and you throw it all away in a second. You decide to build a following and you discover that it's not who you know that matters, it's who knows you. Opportunities materialize out of thin air. Your name alone opens doors that your CV and decades of hard work could not. So the golden rule of giving up is this: give up on liabilities, double down on assets. But in order to do that, you must first get clarity. So in your case, if you decide to build a reputation as a gamer, then double down on your channel. Don't give up. Learn from the best gamers on the platform and emulate them. But if you decide to build a reputation as a tech person, then give up on your current channel. Start a new one. I'll be your first subscriber. And use drawonscreen.com to create content easier. It's a shameless plug, but truthfully, I built this tool for myself. And I'm here telling you, there's no way I could make and publish 1 video per day without it. No way. I built this tool because it did not exist. I would have paid 10 times more than I'm asking for, to be honest, but I digress. So here's the list. 1. Give up on liabilities and double down on assets. Seek clarity and objectivity about what constitutes an asset. And last but not least, always revert to first principles reasoning. Ignore your emotions and your subconscious mind. It's all just mental traps and biases all the way down. Build your intuition on the fundamental laws of physics and accept objective truth even though it makes you feel uncomfortable. No, because sometimes the best path forward is to abandon the road you've walked on for decades.